Hello, hello, hello. My young family and friends, it's always nice to have you. I know we're doing it a little bit early than our normal episodes for today, but part of this episode that we're going to be doing, part of this episode that we'll be doing today is pasta. We're making homemade raviolis. And so on the show, you usually know we try and keep it within an hour, maybe max an hour and a half. So this time, we're still going to be filming tonight, but what we're going to do right now, minus the alcohol, maybe, I still might have a drink or two. You never know. I still might have a drink or two. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you guys how to make your pasta. Now, as you know, I'm airing from my mother's house as usual. Hold on, let me make sure you're good and clear. Voila. So, while doing this episode for her house, there are some things that I'm missing, such as a pasta maker. If you have a KitchenAid appliance, a mixer with a dough hook, you want the attachments. You want a dough hook and you want the pasta attachment accessory. That is what you're looking for. If you have that, you're going to need that for this. Hold on, let me grab my phone. I might as well do this both ways. All right, so I'm back with you. So we're going to do this both ways so everybody can see. I don't want to leave Facebook out, so let's put them in. We're just going to put them in on the Drunken PR Chef side, and we'll go ahead and get this going. All right. Bear with me, you guys. All right, there we go. We got them on. So hi, my Drunken PR Chef family. I was at first just going to upload the video for this, but YouTube is right. Since I am going to go ahead and do the video with them on live, I might as well do it with you all on live. So hey, it is your Drunken PR Chef side. Today, this week is my nephew Imani's week. So just kind of give you guys a pretense to how this week is going to work. It was my niece's Hannah, but Auntie called her to get, because I need advance notice on what I'm cooking for the day so I can get prepared. My baby didn't answer, so I'm just going to switch off days and work it like that. But so we're still in our kids week thing now that our kids are out of school and now that they're at home for the summer. These are some fun dishes you can do with them. You can do for them. You guys can create together. Hell, they can create it by themselves just watching the video. So this is not going to be tonight's episode. Tonight's episode will film as scheduled at 6:30. However, this is part of, you guys never always get to see what it takes for me to fully prep and get ready for a show. So this is the part that I have to prep ahead of time. And this is because tonight we are making homemade ravioli from start to finish, homemade shrimp and lobster ravioli. I haven't decided on a white sauce yet or a red sauce, but it will be shrimp and lobster ravioli. I might do like a lemon basil or lemon Thai basil sauce or something like that, but I will let you guys know. So again, Facebook, like I was telling them, what you're going to need for this is if you have the KitchenAid mixer that comes equipped with the pasta attachments and the dough, the mixing dough, the dough hook. That's what you guys want to have. If you don't have that, and you don't have, let's say you just don't have a pasta maker at all, and you got to do this from scratch. These are things you're going to need. So first, a rolling pin, because we're going to have to roll this out since we don't have the pasta maker. Then you want olive oil or EVOO, extra virgin or regular, it doesn't matter. Either way, it's fine. Wax paper to lay over your countertop. So when we start to roll this out using the wax paper, it'll be easier just for the cleanup purposes for your counter. Now mine's a granite countertop, so I can do this on here and my cleanup purposes will be relatively easy, but still, I'm going to show y'all how to do it on wax paper, okay? You're going to need flour, okay? And you're going to need 3 eggs. All right. Technically 4. Because, well, 1 egg you're going to use to create egg wash. And then the 3 eggs we're going to place into our flour to create our light kind of what I would say is flaky dough, but these will be boiled. Now, if you don't want to make this yourself, you can make you can do. Is the dog outside or inside? Oh, he's inside. You can. Is he? Yes. You can. So remember, we did our empanada episode. You can go to your local grocery store, look in your freezer aisle, look for your Goya products, Goya, and you can get their discs. They are there's 10 in a pack. They're empanada discs, and you can make your ravioli using the empanada discs, similar to the format that we did with the empanada. You can also do that. Okay. My edges are all over the place. Ooh, yes, they look a little crazy, but that's fine. So you can also do that. But I'm gonna show you guys how to make the homemade version in case you want to do the homemade version. So let's start out with our flour. You're gonna want 2 cups of flour, okay? So my cup is not gonna fit down in here. So what we're gonna do is just take our flour, pour it. It's okay to make a little mess. Okay? Then you wanna shiv it or smooth it off and make sure it's a solid cup. Okay? Pour that on over in here. And we're gonna do that one more time. Normally I don't do measurements, but when you're doing something as specific as a dough, you need to do the measurements. So everybody always asks for the behind the scenes for like my prep stuff when stuff has to be pre-prepped. So I'm showing them because I'm doing homemade ravioli today. So I'm showing them the prep in making the homemade ravioli, how to make the dough itself for the ravioli. Here, so I'm doing that right now. Another cup, toss that in there. I didn't even know you were up. So what you want to do? I said I wasn't going to drink during this, but I'm lying. I'm going to drink. I got to figure out the drink for tonight. If anybody has any ideas, YouTube, I'll take it. Make like a little hole or a mound or a circle in your flour, okay? Now in that circle, oh, I forgot, you also need salt. So you can sprinkle the salt in right now. I'm just going to do a couple turns around the flour mound, okay? Just like that. You guys want to see? That's what it looks like. You guys can see up there, YouTube. I'm going to go ahead and push my flour back. Now, so in these cups that I have, I don't know if you guys can see it. On the side, it actually says tablespoons. It'll help you. I don't know if you guys can see it. There's some little writing right there. So this bottom line would be equal to 4 tablespoons. I am going to get another one that'll be equal to 2 tablespoons. That way, you guys have an idea. All right. So while I'm looking for that, I'm looking for the smaller one so I can show you what 2 tablespoons will look like. But I may have to just use the spoon to show you. Here we go. All right. I knew I had one. My apologies. All right. 2 tablespoons. I don't know if you guys can see that. But right here on the side of it, on this bottom part, 2 tablespoons, okay? I'm going to fill that 2 tablespoons with the olive oil. Just to that little line right there, okay? Okay? All right. We're going to go ahead and toss that in the middle of where our dough is, in that center circle that we've kind of formatted, where we're going to also lay our eggs. 3 eggs are going to go in there. YouTube, can you see? Okay. Now, Move these to the side. I am going to go ahead inside of here. And again, this isn't our episode. We're just doing this because you guys ask me all the time, Sai, I know you guys do the prep work and then you get online and show us how to make it, but you never get to see me actually do, especially for my homemade things, what goes into it. So I'm showing you all how to make your homemade ravioli dough if you don't want to go buy dough that's already pre-made. This is how you'll make it at home, okay? And that's literally all you need right here. Your 3 eggs, 2 tablespoons of EVOO or extra virgin olive oil. I said that. Or olive oil, either or. 2 tablespoons in there, 2 cups of flour, 3 eggs. Now, you are going to start to mix it. You're going to use your hand to break the yolk. It doesn't have to be whisked. And we're just going to start to mix this up till we get a dough format. And that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to keep doing that. And it's going to feel a little weird between your hands, granted. The reason I'm doing this early is because I am, this needs to sit. It needs to rest. So this is going to rest for all of, let me say 30 minutes. Mine's going to rest a little longer because I'm doing it way in advance because I have other things I got to get done for the show. But if you're doing this when you're cooking, you want to do it about 30, 45 minutes in advance. All right. So that it has time to sit and lift, and then you can roll it out. So, hold on, rolling it out. Now, when this happens, as you can see, I'm going to get as much off as I can right now because I'm going to have to touch my flour container because I'm going to insert just a smidge more flour, and that'll help me get the debris off my fingers and be able to continue kneading my dough, okay? I'm doing a rub effect that'll help me roll it off, roll as much as I can off. Very little more flour am I going to put in here. Very little. Just enough. Again, just enough to basically, and if you notice, I'm trying not to touch it too much with my actual hand. So you want to put about a tablespoon first, where you can dust it just like that. And you can come back in and use that same dust to rub through on your hand. Okay? We're getting there. It's starting to seal itself. Now I just need to continue to get the rest off my fingers and put in the dough. When that happens, I am going to sprinkle just a little bit more. What up, you guys? Oh, Sheila. RJ, how are you? I'm sorry I didn't see you guys on there. My bad. This is not the show for tonight. I'm just doing prep work, and I'm showing how I do my prep. We're making homemade ravioli tonight for dinner. Homemade shrimp and lobster ravioli is what was the family request for dinner tonight. So I'm doing that. But I don't buy my dough. I make my own ravioli dough. So I'm just showing you guys how to make the dough in case you want to make it yourself. Again, you can go buy this dough already pre-made for you. All the work done, especially if you have to do it with not a lot of time to spare. I suggest you go to your nearest grocery store. Like I said, go down your frozen aisle. Look for around your frozen pre-made food, so around your Hungry Man's and things like that. You want to go down that aisle where that stuff is. Look for, I thought my nose was leaking. Look for Goya products. Oh, okay, cool. Seen some of your latest videos. I love watching this stuff, you guys. RJ, Mr. Hurd is one of the baddest comedians. My personal faves. Anyway, Follow him on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Okay, so we got it off our hands. All right, so I'm gonna show y'all what our ball is supposed to look like. So it's been dusted with flour. We got a little olive oil in it. Now, I like an extra tender but flaky because remember, these raviolis are gonna be boiled. I'm not baking, I'm not frying. We are boiling. Now you could do either or, bake or fry, but I'm not. We're boiling. And I think I'm cooking for the entire family tonight. So I might have to do a second version of this, which because yeah, unless I make small raviolis. Okay. And I probably, which means I'm cooking for a dude who's like my brother-in-law, 6'7". So we are gonna wind up definitely making some more dough. But we are kneading our dough. So when you knead in, you're gonna press it in, fold it in, and press again, okay? And that's what you're doing. Folding in, pressing in, folding in, pressing in. Take your knuckle if you need to, a fist if you need to, and just that's all you're doing. Okay? And you just continue to do that. Continue to do that. Now, when I feel a little bit more comfortable with it, like I've really gotten it together, I want to roll it out about this length. And I'm telling you why I do that. Because once you do that, once I have this kneaded all the way, I'm going to separate this ball in half. You want your ravioli sheets to be what they say is paper thin. So maybe about 4 of these sheets of wax paper stacked together. You literally want it as thin as you can possibly roll it out to, okay? So I'm going to just keep smushing for a couple more seconds here. Then we're going to go ahead and roll it out. I am using the wax paper because instead of wrapping this in plastic wrap, which I can't. I can wrap it in plastic wrap, and I might just do that and roll it out for the show. No, I'll do that. I'm going to make the second one, and I'll make that one into a ball and roll that one out on the show. But for this one, I'm going to show you guys exactly how I'm going to do it. Okay. Now the filling and all that I will do in the show. But this part, I'm going to show you outside the show. Now, roll your ball. You see how I'm doing? Roll it in a nice little ball. Okay. Take that. I'm going to take a butter knife and just cut my dough right down the middle like that. Set one part to the side, okay? Now the rest of this, we're going to start rolling. You can dust this with flour just a little bit. You don't want too much. What up, Rico? You don't want too much. You just want to roll it just a little bit. Not too much again. Just to kind of coat the paper. The rest of that I'm going to move right off to the side. All right. What you doing, baby? All right. Now our piece that we cut off for our ravioli dough that we're going to go ahead and get ready for the show tonight. That way I don't have to do this.
What are you making?
Ravioli dough, homemade ravioli, because we're going to make a shrimp. No nose on my dough. We're going to make a shrimp that don't. You got red? No. Look at your fingers. Do not touch my dough. All right. Yeah. Kids. They always want to taste test. So do I, though. I'm a big kid. All right. So, now that we've coated, I know you heard it. We are going to start to roll this out, okay? This is going to take all your muscle. You're going to really have to put some oomph into it. As you're rolling, as you see, I flatten it out. Pull it. You're going to keep doing this consistently till you got it nice and thinned out. Basically, you want to make it into a rectangle. Now, again, if you have a pasta press, you can do this through the pasta press about 3 times. You start off at the biggest opening, and then you go until you get to, you continue pressing it out until you're able to get all the way to the smallest opening. And we're going to stretch again. We're going to stretch again, just like that. Okay. And we're going to keep doing that. So, okay, you guys. So we almost got it flat like I would like it. And when I say paper thin, we are going to paper thin consistency. I want it thick enough to hold our filling, but not so thick that it's gummy or chewy when you boil it. You want it thin enough so it'll cook through. Okay. All right, you guys, we are almost there. Once it starts to flatten out the way you want it, now you can just roll it, roll it, roll it. I'm going to show you guys about how thick I am right now. See that? See that? Can you guys see how thin I am? And we're going to keep doing that. It doesn't, listen, it doesn't have to be a pretty rectangle or nothing like that. It just has to be flattened out enough, again, so that when you start to set your pasta or set your filling inside this pasta, it'll cook through. Oh, I put a hole in that. Okay. You want it to be able to cook through. Again, because this is being boiled, not baked, not fried. You want it to cook through so it's not gummy or chewy or gooey. Food for me is very textural based. So I'm having to put on my umph into this. Hold on. No, I'm just playing. I don't mind doing this. I like the hard work that goes into making my food. I like to play with it. I like to have fun. But I like that the people who eat my food know the level of energy and love and care and, all that went into it. So we have our flattened ravioli sheet. We're going to place our filling in certain spots. We're about to roll out the second one, and that will lay over the top of this one. And then you can use either if I can find it. Hold on, y'all. I'll find it before the show, but you're going to use either a pizza cutter, or if you have one of the texture cutters with the zigzags, you can use that to place, to cut your ravioli once you've got it placed. So what I'm going to do now is take my ravioli like this. Voila. I'm going to fold this in. Voila. This one is ready. I'm going to roll out this one with you guys if you want to see it. If not, we can go ahead now. We got about 6 minutes. This is just showing you guys the prep. So we got that one ready. We're going to roll out the one that'll be laid on top of this other one once we add our filling to it. And what I'll teach you guys on the show tonight is how to do the filling, what goes in the filling, and how to create your sauce that goes over the top. Oh, I feel like I absolutely do need a drink. But I'm trying to wait to drink with y'all. That's what I'm trying to do. Help me, please. All right. So I had poured out some flour. We're just adding that onto here, as you guys can see. We're going to rub it, dust, 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 dust. All right. And we're going to take our dough. We're going to flatten this and stretch it. We're going to start with a basic stretch like this. Okay? And let's start to roll this one out. Now don't worry, your paper, your parchment paper, your wax paper, it will continue to, as you can see, scrunch up. So don't freak out when it does that. The dough is now like an elastic. So every time as I'm rolling it out, until I fully get it flattened out, it'll stretch back until we get this flattened. So we're just going to keep rolling it. Like such. Okay, you see? And yes. Good. I want y'all to be ready for tonight. Because tonight I get to drink. This is everybody who's asked me how to, when I do certain things, and there's prep that goes into it first, and you guys never get to see it. This is so you guys can finally get an idea of the level of prep that happens depending on the dish that I'm making. So, that's what this is. Okay. I am still here with you guys. Sometimes I got to concentrate. Because this, rolling this paper thing, getting it just thin enough is work. I'm sweating. I'm going to take a shower. I am sweating my ass off. That's fine. Okay. She said, I'm watching Jerry Springer too. Yeah, some elbow grease is a nice way of saying that. Definitely some elbow work that goes into it. I'll tell you that much. But the goal is to get it as thin as possible to where it's not ripping and to where I can add the filling in and it won't break when I add the filling. Okay. I'll beat her ass. I don't know why I still watch Jerry Springer. It'd be funny. I know it's horribly fake. It'd be hilarious though. All right, you guys, I think we just about got that to where we need it for tonight. Yes, we did. Whew, that is work. About 30 minutes prep alone goes into this. You do not have to refrigerate this pasta unless you want to. I am going to leave it room temperature in the house, which is already cool, with a little bit of heat. It's very nice and warm. I think she has it set to about 70, very nice and warm and cool. So about 75, I think she has it between 73 and 76 degrees, either or. But let me give y'all an idea of what we're looking like. See, I don't want to peel too. Oh, I should have peeled this as I was going along, but I wrote it so good. It's so nice and light. Okay, there we go. So y'all got an idea of how thin we are. So y'all got an idea how thin we are. All right. And right now I'm just checking the sides because even though you dust it with flour and this is wax paper, and wax paper generally is not to be stuck to, I just want to make sure that my dough can be manipulated or pulled off without ripping. That's what I'm checking for right now. All right. Okay. So that is loose enough there. We'll just check this side. If you are concerned with it sticking or not peeling, or when you lay it back out, doing that, so on and so forth, just lift it and go ahead and put a little flour down, dust it again, okay? Not coat it, dust it. There's a difference. So when I say dust, I mean just lightly place flour like you just seen me do. Just a little, you don't need a lot. Because I want to make sure that it is able to be peeled off of here when I need to place it on top of the other ravioli. So all I'm doing is going through. There are parts that are a little bit stuck to, and which is fine. It'll still work. But I'm going to go ahead and dust this again. Dust. That allows me to lay this back out like such. If I need to remanipulate the dough later, I can. It keeps my raviolis from, or my dough from being stuck to where it can't move. All right, and there we go. We're good to go there. I'm gonna fold this in half. And sit that on my other one. So there you guys go. That's the prep that goes into making this. I'm going to call my family and see how many people are eating today so I know how much dough I need to make. And until the next time, my loves, I'll see you guys. You already know what time. 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. We will be filming. Hi, Jonathan. We will be filming the actual show. This was just the prep and to teach you guys what goes into making the dough. So look for me 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I have not decided on our drink for the show. I will let you guys know as soon as I figure it out, but I have no clue yet, which kind of sucks for me because normally by now I would know what drink I am making, but I know it's either going to involve vodka, brandy, or ginger beer. Something. We'll figure this out. Until then, you know what? Just to be on the safer side, I'm gonna go ahead and start to make some more dough. We will figure this out. Until then, I will see you guys tonight. I will see you guys tonight on the Drunken PR Chef, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Talk to you guys then. I'll see you. Bye, YouTube. Bye, you guys.